It's Lupac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lupac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lupac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lupac, baby.
Fire up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lupac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lupac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lupac,
Go, go, Lupac, go, go.
go Lupac, go. Put it on the floor, Pac. Put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lupac,
One time for Lupac, baby.
hey,
Two time for Lupac, baby.
that's right,
Three time for Lupac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lupac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go, go Lupac, go.
Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, baby. Two time for Lupac, baby.
That's right,
Three time for Lupac, baby.
turn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up. It's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapons farm is gonna profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, wet, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up, hold up.
Hold up.
It's Lupac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lupac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, baby.
Let's go.
Two time for Lupac, baby.
That's right.
Three time for Lupac, baby.
Fire up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lupac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lupac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lupac,
Go, go, Lupac, go, go.
go Lupac, go. Put it on the floor, Pac. Put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lupac,
One time for Lupac, baby.
hey,
Two time for Lupac, baby.
that's right,
Three time for Lupac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lupac, baby. in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every life she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe. That's right, go. Three time for Lupac, babe. Turn up, fuck it up, it's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon form is gonna profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, wet, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up. It's Lupac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with pop,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lupac.
Put it on the floor.
Hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, babe.
Let's go.
Two time for Lupac, babe.
That's right.
Three time for Lupac, babe.
Burn up.
Fuck it up.
It's Lupac,
baby.
Walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lupac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Put it on the floor, put it on the floor. Time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lupac, bitch.
One time for Lupac, babe.
Hey,
Two time for Lupac, babe.
that's right.
Three time for Lupac, babe.
Turn up.
Fuck it up.
It's Lupac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every life she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go.
Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe.
That's right.
Three time for Lupac, babe.
Turn up.
Fuck it up. It's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Monday, baby. Y'all, sorry I had to let the intro run for a little bit. I had an important phone call, but we here now, child. But shout out to y'all. Let me see who we got in the building. We're gonna do this a little differently today, y'all. We will be doing call-ins so we can get, we can dialogue a little bit with, I've been seeing a lot of people with a lot of different opinions, especially on the community wall. This is my second time going live about this situation, but I've been tearing that community wall up, okay? Because your girl been busy. We had my son's graduation party yesterday, and Y'all, I'm still tired. Okay, I'm tired from dancing, cutting up. We had a time. We had a time. But let me see who we got in here. Hey, Sequently. Hey, Sweet Queen. I know I ain't been here in a couple days either. Shout out to Terry. Thank you for the copyright. We definitely need it because I want y'all to hear something. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as a criticism, comment, news report, and teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you for that. It is definitely needed. I ask that you guys, if you have a platform, please share this live stream out, y'all. I'm trying to get in this algorithm so we can bring more awareness and, advocate properly for this young man because he was definitely railroaded. And y'all, let me tell y'all this too, because like I said, I've been tearing my community wall up. And I've been on in the TikTok streets a little bit too. They've been advocating real hard over there as well. But I just it's mind boggling to see so many of our people, that's going against Carmelo. And I think a lot of people are missing the actual message that most of us are trying to spread. It's not the fact that we're stripping away accountability from this situation. Like I don't know if they intentionally missing the message or if they just not getting it. I'm not sure. Are they doing it on purpose? But it's never about the actual accountability. Everybody should be held accountable for their actions. Everybody knows right from wrong. But at the end of the day, it's more so about the injustices. It's more so about the lack of transparency during the trial. Most trials, even if you go back to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, baby, they had cameras all in the courtroom, and that was a major, major situation, very controversial in the social media streets, and just period. Like it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because it's a lot of things that's being stated, whether it's true or false, but it's caught the attention of a lot of people. Let me just say that a lot of big people are speaking out now, and I like to see it. I love to see it actually because this baby does not deserve the sentence that he was given. I would have thought manslaughter maybe. Um, After seeing all the evidence, all of the witnesses that then came out, it, it is more so giving self defense in my opinion because yeah, like even with the whole video discrepancy situation, it's being stated by people that was actually in court that they were only shown like a little 2-minute video. Then you have people speaking out saying they seen an 11-minute video by Frisco ISD. So y'all, it's a whole lot. And even during one thing and this is why I made the post on my community wall about the power of the tongue. Because if y'all notice, right after the judge lifted the gag order, the twins' dad spoke out. Now, some people allege that he might have been under the influence. I can't speak to that because I don't know, child. But he said a lot of questionable things, a lot of things that upset a lot of people. But one of the things that he he spoke on towards the end of his 3-hour rant, child, was about that video. Okay, so in my opinion, he he basically let everybody know that the video definitely exists and it was in possession of Frisco, whatever. So, he in my opinion, he pretty much confirmed that people did see an actual video. So for the ones that saying, oh, no video exists, da, 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 that's not true, baby. And you're gonna hear it straight from the dad's mouth that the video definitely existed. In his opinion, they fumbled the video, blase, blase. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about a couple things. All right. Hey Scorpio, hey Bianca, Pear, Christina, Miss Angela, we got Miss Tina, we got Zaisha, we got some serious in the building. Sweet Queen. A shout out to all my beautiful minds that's in the building holding it down. Y'all are definitely needed because y'all know this topic is very controversial. I did put up a little time frame as far as comment in the chat. Normally I do 3 days, but because so many people are so passionate and speaking out on this situation, I put it for I think 4 or 5 hours, child. just to, so we can have a serious conversation without all of the racist comments and so forth. Because they doing a big one, baby. The masks are definitely falling off with this situation. So I said, let me give us a little time to really get in the thick of it before we have to combat these undercover racist, what's okay. So hopefully all my minds is in the building holding it down because y'all gonna be working them fingers today, getting them up out of here. Hey Eric, hey hey Latay. Let me see. Sapphire Virgo. We got, let's go down. Miss Daisy in the building. We got Miss Mercedes. Shout out to my green team. I will be giving you guys a members live later also because I got some things to tell y'all as well. So y'all can get a 2-for-1 special since your girl been gone for about 5. So it might have been 7 days. I did a members live 4 days ago, but I ain't did a public live in a while because I just been busy, y'all. Hey, I'm Chosen. Hey, my love. Hey, Miss Diggs, Miss Slim, Beautiful B, Snooki. Shout out to you. We got Miss Jocelyn. We got Miss Slim coming through with 13 months with the green team, period. We got Nikita in the building. We got Keisha T. We got Miss Tanya. We got Lydia in the city. Shout out to Am. She's been advocating real hard over there on TikTok, y'all. Her, Lexi. You got my twin, Corporate Thuggin'. Y'all, they've been doing a big one, okay? And it's needed. It's needed because when I tell y'all, like I said, the mask has been falling off with this situation. The mask has been falling off. A lot of people showing their true colors, even some supporters. That's what's really shocking to me because I had a few of my supporters. They didn't comment too often. They don't comment too often, but with this particular situation, like it's so disheartening because it's like, don't skip over the message just to, speak on something that you want to speak on. Like, really pay attention to what we are advocating for. It is not, like I said, it's not to strip accountability from Karmelo. It's for a fair trial. Now, if you are, I ain't even gonna just say black folk or color folk, okay? Any race, and you don't see the injustice within this trial, then baby, you need to take your blinders off. You need to take your blinders off because this been going on for a very, very long time. I actually seen, I've been commenting, searching, hopping, and all of that too, y'all, especially on Facebook as well. And I seen somebody made a comment and said something about so y'all saying that, smurder is okay or whatever. And the person that replied to the comment actually put up a picture of all of the black people that were unalived over time, like Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, all of the people that were unalived by whether it's police officers or what have you, they put up that picture. And I was like, that was the best answer anybody could have given. Okay. Because no, let's not do that. Let's not try to flip the narrative and make it seem like we just, trying to make it seem like smurder is okay. Because that's not what we doing here. We not finna do that, baby. Okay? We not finna do that. All right, let me go down. Let's see. Let me see who else we got in here. Hey, Miss Peggy. Hey, Miss Cherise, Miss Melody. We got a lot of new names. Hey, Lex. Shout out to Sweet Queen. Thank you for my first firework, my love. I appreciate you. You say, hey, let's help Queen Lupac reach her goal. Thank you for the love. We got Miss Peggy. We got Bless Love. We got, you say, I'm so glad to be focusing on something that deserves attention. Tired of the Raggedy Saga. It's old and too. Now, don't get me wrong. We're going to still dibble and dabble when it comes to the court documents with the saga, okay? Because that's our foundation. But this definitely needs a lot of attention, y'all. Like, I feel like everybody should be speaking on this situation, which there are. Because when I went down my timeline, like, since I've been watching so many videos, it's so many channels that's speaking on this. Some doing it just for the clout, and you could tell by their captions, like they calling it grifting now. And I'm like, that's so unfortunate. Like, come on now. It could be any one of our sons. I got 2 boys. I got nephews. I got cousins. I got, friends, god kids. Like, it's so unfortunate. It could be any one of our kids that could get railroaded by the system and not taken seriously and stripped of their actual justice. Like, no, this is wrong. It's wrong, period. Hey Miss Shannon, hey Rob, hey Miss Veronica, hey Christina, hey Miss Lavada. We got It Don't Matter, Miss Margaret, Miss Belria, Miss Teresa, No More Drama. We got, let me see, thank you, Sweet Queen, for my other super, my love. I appreciate you. Pac, you set your goal too short. I did. Hold on, y'all. I was rushing, so I probably did it accidentally. 1 second. Let me reset it. I don't even remember putting a time actually. So that's probably what it was. I was rushing to put it up, trying to hurry up and get on live with y'all. And I probably didn't even set the time, child. All right, let's see. I showed I sure did. You know I said it too short when it's over already and we ain't even started the live, baby. All right, hold up, y'all. We might be here for a little minute. I'm gonna give y'all a good bit of time today since I ain't been on live in about a week. Um, hold on. We've been getting a lot of rain too. It's supposed to start raining again at 2 o'clock. It's 1:29. So hopefully it don't affect our power because y'all know Louisiana weather is crazy. Okay. So hopefully it don't mess up the power. Because I want to try to do at least a 2 hour, 3 hour live if possible. Y'all know how I am. We'll see what happens. It depends on who calls in, who participates in this live. Hey, Sweetly Favor. Hey, Kizzy. Thank you, Lex. They ain't ready for that conversation preach. I'm so disappointed in them. It's all good in the hood. It's a lot of people advocating, and I love to see it, y'all. The daddy is certainly a reflection of his twins. Yep, I agree. If you don't believe in self-defense or keeping your hands to yourself, you can still be respectful in the comments or get timed out. Facts, mods. We need y'all working today, okay? We need y'all working today because y'all know they've been coming out the woodworks. The masks have been falling off, baby. And it's so disheartening to see. It's like, damn, agree to disagree, but you ain't got to do all the extra. And they try to blame it on us. They try to blame it on black folks as if we start everything. And no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. When they speak on, oh, it's that people just making it about race. Baby, it been about race. It ain't just started with Karmelo. Okay? It ain't just started with him. It been about race long time ago. Long time. Hey Miss Rosie, hey Miss E, hey Calm. Good afternoon. Lupac and Chat still at work so in the bushes, but I'll be blocking asses if you get it nasty in the chat. Thank you, my love. Hey Miss Lonnie. I know Scorpio. I know I'm coming. I'm coming. You know I'm so far behind, but I'm coming, my love. Hey, Remote Nurse Life. Hey, Malish. Who else? You say where's the link? Okay, I'm finna drop it. Give me a second. I'm finna drop it. Let me get to the bottom of the chat. Oh, I'm at the bottom. All right, y'all. If you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $sign Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or a super sticker. Y'all know I always set a little goal. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it is greatly appreciated. If this live, gets up in numbers and you want your comment read expeditiously, priority, that is what the super chat feature is for. I'm gonna try to go through as many comments as I can, y'all. But like I said, I will be putting the link in the chat for call-ins for people to give their opinion. Yeah, y'all. Watch them ads, hit that like button. That is crucial to push me into the algorithm. And at the end of this live stream, hype your girl up. Y'all know the vibes, baby. Okay? Y'all know the vibes. Thank you, Calm. Thank you for that firework, my love. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put the link in the chat now. Let me see. Let me do it like this. Let me do it from my phone. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Come on, StreamYard. Okay, here we go. Invite guest. And as y'all know, with most live streams, especially with YouTube, y'all, please use code word. Y'all know YouTube is real picky when it comes to saying specific words. We're not trying to get demonetized, which is why I rarely open my panel up because everybody don't talk the same. Some people are real, real passionate when it comes to certain situations, but if you are a regular, frequent person on this channel, I use specific words. I ask that you follow my lead, child. Okay, use a code word with certain words. For the KILL on a live, with the M word, I say smurder. Y'all know the vibes. Most of y'all didn't been here for a long time. Okay. Please don't grab the link if you on some BS because you will not be added to the screen. You will be kicked out with the quickness. We don't do that over here. We don't play that over here. If you coming over here with your racist remarks and all that stuff, go meet your friends. Okay? This is a grown woman platform. Go meet your friend, go meet your buddies over yonder. We ain't doing that over here. If you don't know how to talk with some sense, with some respect, then you will be booted out. That's it. That's all. All right. Let me see. Whoever want to grab it, it is in the chat. I seen Melisha wanted it. You can grab it if you want to, my love, and whoever else. Hey, Tokyo. Yeah, y'all. Like, I was gonna do like a kind of like a backstory about this situation, but at this point, it's so far out to where if you don't know what's going on, you got too much catching up to do. Okay, you got too much catching up to do with this situation. So, maybe after the live, if you're unaware of this topic, you can probably go back. Just type in on YouTube the Karmelo Anthony trial or situation, and so many videos will pop up. I want to say the last live I did on this situation, I kind of gave a little backstory to what was going on, how it started, how it came about. So you could probably watch that as well. But just follow suit and fall in where you see fit. All right, let me see. Let me see. Right, they get to talking about culture. Right, then Jeff said black people don't have fathers in the home. Meanwhile, he wasn't in the home. And listen, not even just wasn't in the home. It's the things that are being alleged as to why he's not in the home. It's what's crazy to me. I'll come in a few minutes. Okay, that's fine. Well, while we wait for whoever wants to grab the link and call in. Oh, let me say this too. If you scared to grab the link, I will not be putting anybody on the screen. It will only be me on the screen. So you'll just be calling in, kind of in the back. So your picture won't show or anything like that. All right. So that it makes it a little safer in my opinion. I've seen other creators doing it that way. And it also prevents people from trolls or these weirdos from showing explicit things on the screen as well. So y'all won't be able to see it. I'll be able to see it, unfortunately, but I won't have to take my whole live stream down because they want to be nasty. We ain't finna do that. But while we wait, y'all, I'm gonna play what is his name? Freezy. I was watching this live stream last night, and this is a guy who has been speaking on this situation real heavily. He got a lot going on his channel, y'all, as far as this situation is concerned. I noticed that when he goes live, he be having close to 3,000 people in the chat. So he really doing his thing with his advocacy. A lot of the witnesses has been on his channel. Just people that's from the area that knows a lot about the situation. They've been frequenting his channel. I don't know if y'all familiar with this guy by the name of Mel. His platform is Watching the World Mel 777. He goes to damn near every single trial there is. Okay. I remember him from the Diddy trial. I know Tasha K uses him as, her boots on the ground. And he was on Freeze's platform last night. But one of the things that piqued my interest was Freezy actually played the audio of the dad speaking on the Frisco ISD videotape. So I'm gonna run that real quick and then we're gonna talk about that. So many holes in the case. The judge, the dad, the Eddie Duty lied under oath, just everything. Oh, child, the witness tampering. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot going on. It's a lot being exposed, and it's just showing. The one thing about it, that's why I say one thing about God. When it's rooted in deception, when it's rooted in injustice, when it's rooted in racism, baby, God don't be playing. Okay, it's a lot of people that question God with this situation. I've seen that, And it's just so unfortunate, y'all. Like it's so unfortunate. I see we got Daisy on the panel. Daisy, give me 1 second. I'm gonna run this video real quick, and then I'm gonna bring you in so you can speak on it. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Go back. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. And I already gave my disclaimer.
They're devils, man. In my opinion. This is crazy, man. This is hard. This is hard to watch and hear. This is very hard right here.
But Frisco ISD, with the video, when they fumbled that whole ordeal, oh, we're not going to let the police have it. We're going to hold on to it because Frisco ISD owns it. But we're going to open it up to let people come in and view it. But you have to sign in. But you can't tape it. And then you screw it up and you let a child view the video of kids. You let an activist who is blatantly lying and spreading false information about me, my son, and everybody else, you let them look. Spreading false information about me, my son, and everybody else, you let them look. What?
Okay, hold on, y'all. I want to let y'all know something. Let me go back just a little bit because I want to play it again. But if y'all notice, when he spoke on the video, the Frisco ISD video, notice how the person that's interviewing him was kind of trying to get his attention and mumbling something as if he shouldn't have did that. That's one of the inconsistencies. One of the things that Freezy called out on the end of his live stream. If you got time, go watch this live stream. It's like, y'all, it's real long. It's like 5 hours, almost 6 hours long, but it's a lot of good factual information in that live stream. Like, he had a couple people on the panel. One guy was actually one of the people who seen the Frisco ISD video in real time. Another guy called in that seen it also. He goes by the name of 12. Something 12. He's real big on TikTok, and he actually been advocating for the situation since the beginning. He's seen it. He actually seen the video 3 times. He went 3 times to see the video. So he spoke on, he called in and spoke on it for a good little bit of time as well. But I'm going to replay it one more time, y'all, but pay attention to what the dad is saying. He said basically his grievance is Frisco allowing certain people to see the video who he feels is against his family, right? But the person that's interviewing him was like, hold up, they didn't say it in real time, but you can hear them mumbling as if they was trying to stop him from saying what he said, but he already said it. Because the narrative that's being pushed is they're trying to make people think that the people that actually seen the video are crazy. Oh, they didn't see nothing. They just clout chasing. They lying. But the dad confirmed that the video definitely exists. And now it's several people that have requested to see the video if they've been posting receipts showing that the attorney general in Texas actually took it down. Okay. So nobody can see it now. Like, and it's giving that response when you request it. So in my opinion, just that response lets you know that the video actually exists, but they took it down away from the Public Information Act, which, that act was is actually in place so that the public can be able to see these types of things. So it's kind of confusing as to why they would remove it. Like, what's the purpose? That right there shows this discrepancy and lack of transparency. Like, what are y'all hiding? Why don't y'all want the public to see that video? It's our rights. And shout out to Jedediah, because Jedediah then came on to this situation as well, y'all. He boots on the ground now, fighting for this situation. And I think he gonna have a major impact. Because if you familiar with who Jedediah is, you know he don't play. Okay. So it's a lot going on. All right, let me add Daisy and um Malish up. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my thing together. All right. And then we got Lee. All right. How y'all doing, ladies?
All right.
Hey y'all, hey, greetings all. Hello.
What y'all think about this video right here?
I think it's
Disgusting.
yes, very.
Not no,
Very.
not in its entirety. It was disgusting. I agree. Like he showed his true colors. His mask definitely fell off. But just that
Hmm.
little part that I do, y'all need me to play it again? I will play it again, but if y'all didn't get to hear it, but um I feel like he exposed a lot in this video,
Oh, he
even
did.
Oh,
even
he
as
did.
far
He
as
did a lot of talking.
yeah, yeah. So how
A
y'all
lot of
feel
little
about
stuff.
him basically confirming that Frisco ISD video indeed
Well,
exists?
let me tell you why he's saying it is this. So there's I'm not gonna say her name, a person that is interviewing him, which is supposed to be one of his supporters. She was not able to see the video. They wouldn't allow her. So I think that's why he did that, because he felt like she could spin a narrative to go in his favor,
Mm,
it going in the favor of who should go into that they were wrong.
Okay,
mm.
now let me rebuttal what you just said. So are you familiar with Secret Service Sam?
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, I just watched a video, a short that he put up on his channel, and he basically provided receipts showing that
Mm-hmm.
some guy by the name of Dwayne Turner, it's actually a list that once you go to Frisco to see the video, they put you on a list and they
Mm-hmm.
show by your name yes or no if you've seen the video. And he highlighted on his short where Dwayne seen the video, but the lady you speaking on didn't. It says no by her name. And
Yeah.
she
Mhm.
posted something stating that she seen the video. Now I'm not gonna say
That-
she lying because she could have been talking about, the video that was
In court.
shown in court, right?
Hmm.
But it's clearly two different videos
It
because
is.
the one from court, everybody that was in court is saying that that
It
video
was
wasn't
dark.
pixelated, it was real blurry,
Yep.
and they could barely see or make out who each person was. But the
Yep.
video that these people are coming out and speaking on now, that's like
In
11
great
minutes
detail.
long, was in
Hmm.
4K. So if he was trying to, push a narrative or, make a starting point for a narrative for her, he didn't do a very good job
He
because
didn't at
now
all.
people, bloggers, content creators, journalists are literally using what he said to
Hmm.
validate the video.
And the
Yeah.
behavior too.
So thank ya.
And we see where the behavior comes from.
As far as those
I
boys.
but the boys and how they, and I have to be honest, I really do feel like it probably be a reason why they feel the way they do with women,
Hmm.
Mm.
and it
I'll say this.
shows.
I wanted to make a point as far as, everybody's talking about the grifting or whatnot and how they have shut down most, if not all, of the Anthony website or means to get donations versus they're showing the momentous amount of money each parent has grifted or whatnot. And I don't understand where the narrative is coming from where we're not supposed to help the Anthony.
He feel like that because I don't know why he feel like that, but it became a narrative to where there were lies being spewed, that they brought a house, they brought a car. But I want to tell y'all who brought the house and who brought a car, and where they first of all, the Anthony's had money. The
They were
person that brought
substantial, supposedly, yes.
right.
But the thing is, like, why? And if they did buy a house or a car, I heard that they were outed, that they were
Yeah,
doxxed, and that there were threats. This man couldn't even go to
exactly.
work. Like, he was the main supporter for the family and whatnot. So there is some type of grievances, and then they had to be uprooted, if I'm not mistaken, a number of times, more than
Mm-hmm.
two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And it takes money to uproot a family. And Carmela was one of six, one of five.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's a
Well,
multiple.
go ahead. Go ahead, Daisy.
So that's a multitude of, what I'm saying, of different, people to care for or attend to as far as uprooting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing
And
when
I
it
mean,
comes to the whole GoFundMe situation or Go Send Go, whatever it's called, child, I don't know.
Right.
hmm
The purpose of them, from my understanding, right? When people set up those type of things, it's for support, monetary support during
right.
a hard
Right.
time. So if
Right.
the family used it, and I'm talking about the Anthony's, if they used it for the means of relocation and attorney fees, what's the problem?
It's a problem,
What's
absolutely.
the
And then
problem?
not to
Because
say,
they had the only reason why they had to relocate is because of the racism, the harassment, and the hate that they was receiving in the
hmm
midst of this trial and this situation going on. So wouldn't you want the family to be protected? Like, wouldn't you
to be
want them to be
Exactly.
somewhat
able to
protected,
relocate?
exactly. And then knowing this man had to go through most of, if not all of his savings in order to do something. So yeah, that would have been a support. And that's just it. And then I watched the interview with him speaking, him and his wife, a couple, like the day after the sentences and whatnot, and him speaking on how, what I'm saying, they just thought they were just doing the right thing, what they were told, because they didn't want it to be in the end like, oh well, y'all didn't abide by, or y'all didn't listen to us when we said this, and this is the outcome. So they were doing as pretty much as they were told, and it just did not work for them. And then people really railroaded this family from the gate. Like they played off their ignorance as far as how the courts move, their ignorance as far as culturally where they were and what they were doing, and just thinking, oh, okay, if I can say, Lupa, we got these wiggers, you know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
really don't know what's going on and this, that, and the third. So yeah, they were used all around from the gate, in my opinion.
Wow,
Yeah. I
that's
don't know why
crazy.
people upset with the Anthony's because from my understanding, the Metcalfs had two or three GoFundMe's with for
Yep,
buying houses and cars. So I'm not understanding what's
Several.
this whole thing about.
yep.
A GoFundMe for the boy's funeral
Yeah, and then
arrangement.
that's what it was supposed to. Then Hunter made his own seem like because we show up, we look, he got tattoos.
Well, I didn't
Wow.
even see I didn't see the GoFundMe state well on with the Metcalfs. I didn't see it stating it's for funeral purposes. I seen it stating it's for healing after the loss
Mm.
of their. So I'm like,
Wow.
what that one
Wow.
right
hmm
there, it was kind of like I could understand people needing funds for funeral purposes, unexpected deaths, and stuff like that, or legal teams when they don't have it due
hmm
to injustices and stuff
hmm
like that. But healing, that was kind of like, now I can't tell people what to do with their money, but it's like healing. In my
Really?
opinion, if I was to lose a son, it ain't no amount of money
No,
could
no money.
suffice. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Right, right, right. And
So
see,
that was
and they
kind of
were
crazy.
allowed to do all of that in the beginning. All of this, and they saying that they told the Anthony's not to speak, not to go live, not to do all this and that. But the Met class had a free reign of the
Hmm.
internet and things to kind of, what I'm saying, paint their narrative. So yes, no, yes and no. I can see how some may be on the late train as far as not being swayed either here or there, but just to know that there was an injustice. I mean, just to set alone, not to take away from someone losing their life and a young one being responsible or a young man being responsible, but the justice system that we all may have to have some type of dealing with incomings or family members, and they're just not serving us as a African American people. They're not,
Yep.
and no one seems to think that or I'm saying that no one. There are some, but that is just asinine. And it's just awakening and a call to the times, because if we don't wake up, all of us, you know what I'm saying, we're doomed at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We really are. Because and then they're talking about all these elections and this Democratic and Republicans, this, that, and third, and all this thing going on in Texas and whatnot. We have got to
Yeah.
set aside that and really
And
look at the deeper picture, the bigger picture.
not
And
just
I
that,
oh, go ahead.
not just that, I feel like our people, we gotta stop co-signing outside
Right.
races when they are dragging us.
Right.
Like, make it make sense. I don't see nobody speaking on the
Mm.
Metcalfs having GoFundMe's three
Mm-hmm.
allegedly, but having issue with the Anthony's having one for like what if people
Or
want to
even needing
donate
one
to a
now
certain
going forward.
cause,
Right.
what's the problem? Like, people should be able to do whatever they want with their money, but like I said, I could see if they was out here just spending it on extravagant uh things that's in of no relation to the situation, but if they actually utilizing it for, good reasons, then why are y'all, especially if you didn't donate, shut the hell up, okay? If you ain't come out your pocket to help this family, then be quiet.
Right.
Your
Right.
opinion is not needed or wanted. Like, the fuck?
And that's why I was telling people when I was live, I say, listen, the piggyback off of, I'm not sure who said it, but about the election and stuff, I say, vote. This is especially here in Texas. Please, please
Mm.
vote in November.
Yes.
Because this shows exactly why you gotta get them out them seats. They not for like that should
Mhm.
not this should not be going on at all for as long as
Mhm.
it has. You have to get these people out their seat, especially here. And and I think from what I heard, I'm not sure. I'm trying to find the research on it, but someone told me that they believe that he is up for reelection, the judge. And
Mm.
this is why we did not get that video. But my thing is nobody gonna vote for you really anyway from after the things we heard.
Well, didn't they say he was retiring, Malik?
They say he's retiring, and
Huh?
then I'm also hearing that he talking about then that's my thing too I wanted to talk about because I'm not understanding how you gonna retire and if he have appeal you gonna make sure you dead. You can't be there for that.
It's so great. And then
That's
what are you
against the
appealing,
law.
sir?
Somebody got a lot of background noise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because this happened to a girl in Florida that had tax fraud and the judge had retired. And the reason she got out was because he denied her appeal and he was retired. And they let her out.
Wow. That's crazy. So how do you ladies feel about now I've been seeing because I see some people put in the chat also about the cheerleaders that spoke out, with the other twin, the situation with him saying allegedly my hands are bisexual, meaning that, I'd hit a woman or a man. Uh what else? What's some of the other things that came out?
I think the
About
bullying.
the children lying under oath. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is the penalty for that?
I think it's because remember, Lil Kim had lied one time. I don't know how it is in Texas, but I know she had got a year for that from under oath perjury.
Of course she did. Of course
She
she
got a
did,
year.
Right. Say it. Right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what they're gonna give this young boy
And
because
look,
he
I
did
wanna
lie.
I want to highlight this also because I notice a lot of people, like I've been paying attention to some of the things people saying in the comments on different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And as far as people saying, "Oh, Carmelo should have just fought back," right?
Oh,
Now, I don't know if a lot of people are aware. I did post this on my community wall, but Carmelo has epilepsy, and if you're not familiar,
Mm.
he catches
Mhm.
seizures, right?
Right. It's
So
other
you
stuff.
won't
Yeah.
typically see somebody with that type of medical situation
Illness. Right. Being
starting uh
right. All up in some
altercation.
mess.
Okay.
Right.
Also, he suffered a significant shoulder injury. I want to say a week or two right before this incident happened, which caused his football season to end. So he was
Mm,
actually supposed to be in a shoulder sling at the time he was healing and recovering during the incident. So I like people if you gonna speak on it, at least know all the facts, right? And this is why I hate that so many false narratives have been pushed as far as this
yep.
situation is
Don't know which
concerned.
one to
Because,
believe.
and well, not even just, I can't just blame the people, y'all, because
Yep.
the
The
media
media.
pushes a lot of false narratives regarding this
They do.
situation, even as far as the narrative surrounding the whole trial. Like,
Mm,
people can only go off of what they are presented with. And, in our mind, logically speaking, you would think that, okay, they convicted him in court, right? You thinking, most people like myself, I believe in the justice system to an extent, to a certain
mm,
extent. So a lot of people are going off of that mind frame, that mindset that, hey, he was convicted based off of the evidence that was presented. Now, most people not gonna think like some outside of the box and believe that, okay, they got all these different witnesses coming out. They got people that actually seen the 11-minute video. They got people that live in the area that's speaking out. They going strictly off of hold on, Daisy, let me mute you real quick. They going strictly off of what's being presented. So they not deep diving into the situation or going down the rabbit hole and seeing everything that we are seeing because we doing the research. So they going off of exactly what happened in court, y'all, which is so unfortunate because that narrative was
Right.
painted so that he could be convicted of murder, so that he
Exactly.
could get 35 years. It was never painted in court as far as him to be, pleading for self-defense. Like, they didn't push that narrative. And this is why I personally feel, and it's my opinion, allegedly, that everybody was in on it. And this is something that was pre-orchestrated since the very beginning. Because I heard, now, Malish, you could tell me, but I heard
Hmm.
that um now I don't know if this is true. This is something that was put out that they took all of the kids' phones
Yes.
when the incident first happened.
From I'm not sure if that part is true, but if you remember, I think people were saying that everybody was asking the same question. This new age of children, why was it never recorded?
right.
Why you
And they
that
record
makes sense to
everything.
me. Thank you. So I believe they did.
They did. Okay, and then what's this I hear about as far as the county it was committed in that the trial could not be held there,
I
and they
don't
Well,
think
moved
they
it.
wanted the trial to be held there. I don't think they did because I found out that where he was at was closer to where I'm at, and that's the county I'm in. Where they held that trial, that was not the county I'm in. So if it's
well,
closer there, it was supposed to be held there as well.
from my understanding, it was actually held in the correct county. Now that, I've seen that
Okay.
on, I would say, a few credible platforms, that it was the person
Mm,
who actually said that was, it was incorrect, as far as the county. I forgot the name of the county that he stated, but they said it was actually in the correct county. But it's just like, it's too many, like, moving parts as far as this situation
moving
is
part.
concerned. And it's like, damn, bro, like, this is sad. This is so sad, y'all.
Look, I'll share this. I say this. I have a 20-year-old that is a daughter that was sentenced at 18 to do 25 years to life in Georgia. Yes,
Oh,
she committed the
wow.
crime, and although she was 17 at the age, they allowed her to stay locked up until she was 18 in order to try her as an adult. When that sentencing went down, which was very, very, very hard to deal with and how to cope with, when they did the sentencing and the judge allowed the families to speak to my daughter directly or whatnot, prior to, her attorney had told her or advised her to not
Mhm.
show any emotion, and just try not to respond, just to take it. And when I'm hearing that the parents were not in the courtroom when Carmelo was sentenced, and the opposition or the opposite family were able to address him, that it was very derogatory. And I can remember the mom and some of the boys, um, other members, like they had wrote a letter and they had, talked about forgiveness and softness and this, that, and the third, but also accountability. There was no disrespect. There was not no undertone. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing they went at Carmelo, and I can only imagine how that young man was having to feel in that very moment after hearing these people that are supposed to be a court of my peers have sentenced me or found me convicted, and then having to listen to these white people talk to
Mm-hmm.
me any old kind of way. It's just was so disheartening because like it, how yeah, the well being of Carmelo at a point. He's already dealing with a lot. He's
Yeah.
committed a crime. His family. I'm hearing that he still went on to graduate. He was still taking honors courses, keeping himself readily busy. Mind, body, and whatever, hands, whatnot. But to still have to sit there and just think of the mental impact that it's having on him, and then I'm hearing they're constantly moving him from jail to jail and all this and that. This poor man needs to be uplifted and really somebody needs to be really pleading the blood of Jesus over this young man and this thing that he's going to have to endure because this
Yeah.
has really caused I can only imagine for him, the family, individuals, but him per se, personally, just for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, wow. And when you think about, and I hate that they take, when people sympathize with Carmelo and his situation, you got a young kid. This situation happened when he was 17. He's now 19. He
Hmm.
just made 19 in May, right? Honor student, star athlete, never been in any trouble. I haven't even heard anything about a school suspension, right? Come from a
Yeah.
good family, two-parent household, dad no trouble, mom no trouble, other siblings, people, as far as people running with the narrative, oh, this thug, no, it ain't never gave
Mm-mm.
thug.
It ain't
Mm-mm.
never
It
that.
never, this ain't that type of situation. And then you got
Right.
people mad at people sympathizing with this young man
With the
as if it's
family.
something
Right.
wrong with
Yep.
sympathizing with him, because this is not common. This is
Mm-hmm.
a rare situation when it comes to the mind of a serial kill, unaliver. The
Hmm.
mind,
Absolutely.
look at the odds. Carmelo does not have the mind of a sociopath. He does not have the mind
Hmm.
of a serial unaliver. This ain't that. So of course people
Not
will sympathize with him as a person and humanize him as a person,
human.
because
Huh?
when you got the young white boys on trial, they do everything in their power to humanize
They
them.
just make them look like they got this.
But with this situation is, oh, y'all co-signing a smurderer. Oh,
Not
y'all saying
okay.
smurder is okay.
But
No,
I
No, it's
feel
not.
like
nobody's
they
stripping the
co-signing.
accountability.
Right. And I feel like
Nobody.
he had
Uh,
let's
I'm a
look
mute.
at it like
Daisy,
this.
hold on, Malish. Daisy,
Okay.
when you have a lot of noise, mute your mic if you don't mind, until you get ready to start speaking, because you got a lot of background
Okay, I
noise.
gotta walk over here
All
to
right.
something. Okay, I
Okay.
am moving. Let me get this.
But I'm gonna say this also. They adultify our children. I've seen a lot of people call him a baby. Oh, that he did that to that poor baby, but oh, that poor baby was. But you adultify Carmelo, and that's the problem I have, because why do our children have to be adultified when this young man and his peers felt like they wanted to do something? I feel like they missing the point that those
Hmm.
boys were bullies. They were
Mm-hmm.
bullies. Did they deserve it? Did and also no, he did not. But at the same time, you can't just walk up to nobody and bully nobody and feel like you're entitled to tell somebody to move when you're both of age. And it be, I'll be confused because I'm like, why do y'all feel like he was a coach? Oh, well, he owned the tent. He brought the tent. First of all, where does that come from?
Was it a whites only tent? I'm confused.
I'm confused
Exactly.
too.
That's what
The
I'm saying. We're
school
all
paid
out
for the
here
tent.
at a track meet. Where is the team camaraderie? Okay, bro, yeah, it's raining. Get up out of here, get out of the rain, or however the case may be. Exactly. We're
Well,
all out here on a common ground.
if y'all
Right.
notice, they are literally now that narrative, like they talking around it because for one,
Yeah.
when it comes to the whole tent situation, there was no policy and this is what I
Yep.
love about when our people really put their thinking caps on and do their work, baby. When they put their
Okay.
work in as far as research is concerned, baby, we get down to the bottom of everything.
Hmm.
They
We
got
sure
they
do.
got they got advocates now who are literally showing the policies surrounding their
Mm-hmm.
school and
And
those
I done
grounds
seen it.
that
Oh,
there was
Yeah.
nothing in place to show that if you from an opposing
particular.
team or another
Hmm.
side that you couldn't be
Mm-hmm.
under anybody's tent.
They
And
just
like let's
changed it.
humanize Carmelo even more so and not even just him. Anybody that was in
Others, right?
attendance of that event, why the hell would you want to push somebody out that's trying to get
Out.
away from the rain anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And not to
And
mention, he
mm-hmm.
was invited under that tent.
He sure was. And my thing is too, if he wasn't wrongly convicted, I want people to think about it. Why we can't see the video and why we can't see the court transcripts? Why is
Exactly.
it sealed? It makes
And
no
that's why I was
sense.
just telling my mod in the chat. They sealed the attorney general in Texas sealed the video. Why though? Why?
Mm-hmm.
It falls under the Public Information Act. Why is that video sealed? That's the answer. That's one of the major questions in this situation. Why was that video sealed? And it can in my opinion, it only leaves me to believe that they trying to hide something
Yep.
because this situation is so rare from the verdict coming down, the sentencing, the time frame of it all. That young man was in behind the those jail cell doors all
Mm-hmm.
within a matter of 24 hours. And I'm talking about at the end of the trial, not the whole thing. It might have lasted what? For how long was the trial, Melisha?
4 days,
4 days?
and then they had trial on a Saturday.
4 days for a high profile murder case like that, baby, this gotta go down in Guinness Book of World Records or something because the fact, and this is what they don't realize because I seen the Judge Roach did an interview and they were saying something about the reason behind the quick sentencing and the verdict and all of
Oh, he
that is
told himself.
him wanting to quote unquote heal the community, hurry up and heal the community.
Honey, he just sat there and told exactly what he just did. Right.
And look,
So,
and not just that, it's like heal the community. If anything, you cause even more outrage because people got a lot of questions. Like this is unlikely. This is rare. This is uncommon. It has never happened like this before, and that's why so many people speaking out, especially with a young black boy being the defendants. Okay,
but
so it's
after,
like what
yep.
the hell?
But after finding out what came out about him, I'm not surprised now because let's be clear, you have an allegation. Why was you
Hmm.
still in the seat anyway? And that is a child. I'm not
Shout out to
surprised.
Dr. Candace Matthews.
I'm
She
not
put it on the
surprised.
flow, baby.
Mm-hmm.
She put it on the flow when it came to the DA and the judge. I don't know if y'all
Mm-hmm.
seen it, but yeah, Dr. Candace Matthews put it on the flow. And rightfully so, because if we being judged so harshly when it comes to
Exactly.
our mistakes, I'm not even gonna say crimes, I'm gonna say mistakes, then because that's what it would be considered when it comes to them. Because how the
Mm-hmm.
hell I'm not surprised because literally look at Trump.
Yep.
Look at his criminal background and the position he's in. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not surprising, but it's like, where is the fairness?
Yep. And he just said it when he said the reason why he did it. You did that. Your thing, his thing wasn't he wanted to switch his words because it came out. that he also said it was for this soccer game they held out here that he wanted to be. First of all, you're painting him as a criminal, but you were sitting with, you can't even sit here and say anything about. I feel like him, the DA and the daddy know each other. Do I think they were partying? Maybe not, but were they friends? I think so. I think there was something going on with that. That's how I feel because there ain't no way.
Well, Malish, it's not uncommon, and because listen, y'all will be surprised when it comes to these little small towns. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
know everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like, and this is why, and I told this to somebody, and I forgot who chat it was, but um, when it comes to the whole, hold on, y'all, hold on, speak real quick, Malish, hold on.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Talk real quick if you don't mind. I need to mute up real quick.
Oh, okay. But no, I just feel like it's a trial on a Saturday is crazy. Another thing I want to say is they didn't even get into Austin's character. They didn't get into the how the law over policy work with the tool. They didn't get into
Mm.
none of that.
And it's
They
like
didn't get into
his
none of that.
attorney was no concern with any of that either, which is
Well,
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what I believe because someone said that attorneys have the right to put in motions. Now, from I'm gonna say he called it out. He called it out when they did the jury. He called it out because they tried to sit there and sway him from, oh, you don't need an all. You know it's okay to have an all clear jury, or white adjacent. It's okay.
Huh.
He say no, it's not.
No, it's not. Exactly. Considering what we got going on and what this boy is up against. Absolutely not.
And I
Right.
Now,
think,
let me
yeah.
let me tell y'all this. So I don't know how true this is, but I
Mm-hmm.
heard somebody alleging that that was in court, that when they was in court, before they actually went in the back to, do the to try to get the verdict or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that the judge was making certain statements in the
Mm-hmm.
courtroom
I
all
heard that
throughout
too.
the trial, one being, don't come back. I mean, y'all better come back with
Uh-huh.
guilty or not guilty verdict. Don't come
Wow.
back with no hung jury. Like, I
Wow.
heard that was being, and it makes me believe that that's actually true, because if he got on an interview and stated that the reason for the quickness of the sentencing and the verdict is to heal the community, then
Bush.
why would it be a far reach to believe that he was swaying and, low key
Mm-hmm.
swaying the jury in court?
Right. I
Absolutely.
believe so
And
too.
it's
Because
crazy. That's
they
beyond crazy.
didn't
Let's see
have
the
the
mistrial
evidence.
and everything else. Like, and they should. I hope that Anthony sue this county when all this is said and done, and they can really bounce back and recover, because this was a major injustice for this young man and that family. It really is. And I just truly pray, hope, and pray that they are able to recover from this.
I hope they file a judge complaint when they get this lawyer and file it so they can pull it through. They now I and okay, so let me tell you what happened with his appeal. He had an appeal attorney until he find one, right? They had a one guy that they chose for him. He said it was too much because it was so much for him to try to get this stuff so he can look at it. They sent it to a woman. So now she's looking at it, and she's trying to get everything she needs for this appeal,
Hmm.
but they don't want to give it,
But
which is
listen,
weird
Mm.
as well.
mhm, and not just that, Malish. I think, y'all, I don't think people realize, like, how bad this is, y'all, and how
Yes.
scary this is, because when it
Scary.
comes to this, and I low key give the witnesses and the people that was involved in this situation a little bit, not much grace, but a little bit, because when you in these small towns, small racist towns, you still have to live there after the fact, right?
Yeah.
True.
So you got to think about attorneys being blackballed, or, their
Mm.
families being affected. You got to think about these kids being blackballed or scholarships being stripped. You got to think about those conversations as well. And
It's
they
hard and
happen. Those
difficult.
conversations happen. These things happen in real time, y'all. Like
Yeah.
that's why when I was thinking about it, I was like, bro, because I'm in a small town and I see certain things, and
Yeah.
it's like it's all about who you know, right? It's all about who you know, and certain names
Right?
hold a
And I'm
lot of
from a small
power and a
town,
lot of
right?
weight with the judges, the DAs, the police. They
They
do
Mm-hmm.
all
these
know each
type of
other.
things
Yep.
in little towns.
Oh,
So
they
that's why I
do.
was like, a little grace has to be given, even though it's wrong, even though we could say witness
Right.
tampering and all of that. We don't
I
know the conversations that were had
yeah.
to get to this point, as far as, like how certain witnesses were getting caught in discrepancies or deceptions on stand. Take, for
Oh,
instance, the little Eddie boy.
Mm-hmm.
We
his
don't
Right.
know
friend.
the conversation that was had with whoever prepped him to be ready for the stand
And
either.
that's what people were
Wow.
saying. They believe that they prepped them and did and stuff. Because one girl say she came out crying, and she was supposed to be a witness, and she said she don't know if she could do it because how they were prepping them for a whole year.
Yep.
Mm.
And my thing is, a lot of people say, well, he should have moved to Tarrant or Dallas County. I agree. He wouldn't have got. He would have got what he was supposed to get. But why would it have to be that? Like my thing is this, y'all, and I say this every time. The eyes are on Texas right now.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
have a decision to make. This eye ain't gonna be off Texas for a very long time. I've been on Texas for the past year, 2 years.
And the way people talking, the people that's advocating, they not letting up off of this.
Right.
They
They're not.
listen. It's pedal to the metal, baby.
Yeah, because he didn't.
Mm.
You deserve to protect yourself. Knowing the history of Texas and what has happened to black men in this state and others, why are you saying he don't have the right to protect himself? So knowing that black men are coming up missing and we're finding them, like
Wow.
I'm not understanding.
Mhm. And let me tell y'all this. So, whenever I was watching Freeze's live stream last night, the guy that I told y'all about named Mel that
Yes,
goes to all
he
of the
does.
the trials and stuff, he was actually in court for Carmelo's situation every day, right? And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that one of the little, pieces of tea that he gave was that it was a girl that testified, and her
Mm-hmm.
mom actually volunteered testimony. Well, she volunteered testimony, right? She wasn't
Yeah.
one of the ones that was chosen. She ended up going, I want to say he said a year later, to the police station and volunteered her testimony.
Mm-mm.
Come to find out, when she testified, the whole thing was a lie. She literally
Mm.
made up the whole storyline, and the defense,
Mm-mm.
they got her. Like, they got her. So it just shows how you never know within this trial. Like, it's a whole lot of witness tampering. It's like, who child? I just can't, y'all.
Because a lot of people's like, will there be a retrial? Like I'm with Candace Matthews. That's up to the appellate court to decide that.
Yep.
Because if they see that, it's up to them what they're gonna decide.
Mm-hmm.
It it's
Imagine.
crazy to me that people were wishing harm on a child
Yep.
because of something that happened to a child that they looked as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not understanding that. That's
But
not. I
but
just
you
don't.
But you know what? When it comes to if it's gonna be another trial or not, it's a good
Mm-hmm.
thing that a lot of noise is being made, because guess what?
Right.
Those people that are behind the appeals that make the
Mm-hmm.
decisions, they seeing all of this.
Yeah.
They watching everything that's going on, y'all. They might tell them, oh, stay away from social media. Da, da, da. That's impossible. That is literally impossible, even when it comes down to a jury. Okay? They seeing everything. Ain't nobody staying away from social media. The judge even knew the whispers. He knew
Yeah.
what was going on. In one instance, he said he stay away from it. And in the next instance, he was speaking on the stuff that was being said. Make it make
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah, he
Like
was watching it when he made them rules. I know he was
that's
watching it.
crazy. And not just that, y'all. When it comes, because somebody was speaking on the little guy Eddie that testified that was Carmelo's friend or
So,
whatever. One of
yeah.
the things that was highlighted was, I want to say they said that the defense showed pictures where, one in particular where Carmelo was actually with Eddie a week prior at the same track event under the same tent with the
Mm.
little Eddie guy, or with some of the same people. So, but and the twins were actually suspended at that time, but it
Yeah.
was without conflict. So that alone, in my opinion, I feel like the defense should have kind of dug into that, because that alone shows that, hey, if Carmelo is such this aggressive person that causes conflict for other teams, other people, other kids,
Hmm.
why wasn't it any conflict a week prior at the literally the same event?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense. And even when listening to one of the Hunter, the other twin, listening to one of the interviews that he did, y'all. I think it was Fox, maybe the one he did with his mom. I think it was Fox. That Fox interview. They say he did like 3 of them. Hunter was saying, he was telling the story. He was telling the story of what happened from his account, and he was saying how they walked up to no, he was saying how he was sitting down in front of Carmelo, and Carmelo just started saying inappropriate stuff to him. And I was like,
Mm.
that don't even make sense. Like, why would, if he, okay,
Wow.
first of all, it was said that Carmelo, he was invited under the tent by Eddie, right? Eddie dapped him up, blase, blase. He went under there to get from out of the rain or whatever, because it started raining. And if Eddie's sitting next to him, he's talking to his homeboy, whatever. Why would he just start telling a kid that's sitting in front of him that he don't know? Why would he just start blurting out inappropriate things to him? I was like, that don't sound right. Something in the milk ain't clean, and hence why Hunter gave different, different stories. Like, he didn't told different accounts, everything, every interview he did, he added stuff in, pulled stuff out or whatever. If you actually go back and watch all 3 of the interviews he did, every time it's slightly different, but that part in particular made no sense to me. Cause I'm like, and then that's with me pulling from
Yeah.
Carmelo being at the event a week prior without incident. Why would he go that following week and just start randomly talking shat to one of the Metcalf boys sitting in front of him? Like that, it don't add up. The storyline don't add up. Even when Hunter goes even more further into the story, and he's like, "Oh, my brother got my back. He came into the situation. Da, da, da. He
Exactly.
stepped in. Da, da, da." And I'm like, why? First of all, who in their right mind gonna confront somebody under their charted territory, right? Because that was their team's tent. Why would he just go under there starting chat? No, I mean, he's a smart kid. He had to have known it would have been some type of confrontation or a jump, like we say, because most of those kids were friends, and Carmelo was alone outside of him knowing Eddie, right? So who just goes under somebody else's tent and starts shit for no reason? It just don't, the whole storyline don't even make sense, right? And then when you pull it all together, even as far as Carmelo not having no prior trouble, and then when you
Yeah.
look at the situations the twins then been in, it's like, okay, you can pretty much tell who would start some shit, okay?
Yep.
Known bullies, like, come on now. It just don't make sense. Even when the mom said, whenever Hunter said that his brother Austin stepped in, and then the mom said, because that's pretty much Austin's character, he's gonna do the right thing. But she led with because she was, I guess she was trying to, it seemed to me like she was trying to fill in the blank for Hunter whenever he said, my brother stepped in, he always got my back, da da da, right? Now, mind you, Carmelo is by himself. Why would what one big kid? Because at the time they said that Carmelo was like 130 pounds, y'all. Both of those twins, 200 something pounds apiece. So why if it's no licks being passed, right? At least not on Carmelo's end, because he didn't swing no lick or anything like that. He was jumped for the ones in the back. Um, why would why would Hunter need backup for wordplay? Like why would he need his brother to step in if they just having a few words? If we going off of what he said, right? If we going off of what he said Carmelo said some very inappropriate things or whatever. Why would he need backup for that? If they just talking, it's not physical. Why would I? That's like my sister fussing with a female, and I push my sister out the way and start going in on the like. Why would I need that? Why would I need? I don't need your assist unless they jumping me. Then that's different. Come on now, come on, come on in there. Get in the field. If they jumping me. But basically what I'm trying to say, y'all, is it don't make sense. The storyline does not make sense. But let me go back to what the mom said. So when Hunter said that his brother stepped in to have his back, because that's how he is, and was basically saying you gonna leave from under here or whatever, right? And then the moms try to intervene, hurry up and intervene and say, well, that's Austin's character. He was always doing the right thing. And then I start thinking, well, what's the right thing in this situation, right? Because it sounds good, but the logical and analytical people gonna go further into that statement, like myself. How would him intervening and trying to physically remove another young man who is alone, because they have multiple boys surrounding Carmelo by himself, how is that him doing the right thing when, according to people that seen the video, and before the twins even got to Carmelo in the bleachers sitting down, they passed at least 2 or 3 adults. Why not? That's how they was going up there yeah, they had something on their mind, right? And I even heard witnesses stating that one of the boys even went to go talk to the coach as a means to distract the coach, as if they said what they was gonna do. They had a plan in motion, but it just didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen, right? Because unfortunately one lost their life. But this, y'all, I am just flabbergasted. Hello.
I agree.
I, I was like, what happened? I wasn't thinking they can hear me. So
I
I was just
agree.
talking
That's
away.
crazy. It's like, like you said, they those group of friends or whatnot, they had, what I'm saying, intentions. But like you said, it just didn't
Mhm.
go as they had planned it. And unfortunately, that young man lost his life. And what I'm saying, all this is going on with the Anthony. But the thing is, like you said, with the mom trying to, oh yeah, he does the right thing. The absolute right thing would have been to, yes, go and get an adult, um, try and de-escalate the issue or the situation. But now them boys was hell bent in a sense.
Yeah. Yep.
In a sense. And then like, what about all the other kids? What are their accounts? Like, what are the other families, what I'm saying, telling their loved ones if they knew anything or if they were there? Like, what? How is that even? I'm just curious. If I
Oh,
know my kid was at this track meet and they had something to offer other than, like you said, that one witness where they just made up some stuff, just lying, just
mhm.
like, yeah, what do
Well,
y'all have to add
not
to
even
this?
just that, Daisy. It was even stated, and this is why I've been going down that rabbit hole. It was even stated that it was a lot of people that witnessed the situation, y'all. A lot of people that called in that wanted to give testimony, and they were, once they started telling what they seen or, trying to give statements, they was told, okay, we're going to get back with you. And because it was in Carmelo's defense, they never got back with him. A lot of
Okay.
people, like people are coming out of the woodwork speaking on
Mm-hmm.
this situation, y'all. This is crazy.
Hey, good talk. I'm gonna drop down. I want to thank you. I'm gonna
Thank
catch the
you. Thank
replay. You're
you.
welcome.
I think it must have dropped Daisy down, or she might have dropped down by accident because she was literally speaking. But thank you so
Right.
much for joining me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. When you talk about this again, I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Thank you, boo.
You're welcome. All
Okay.
right. Bye.
If anybody else wanna, let me put the link back in the chat. If anybody else wanna join, they can join. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab it real quick. If anybody else want to get in on the conversation, if you don't want to be seen on screen, it will stay like how I have it to where, only your voice is heard. Hold on, let me put the link. All right. Here is the link, y'all, for anybody else that want to join. I know. I was wondering. I figured it dropped you down. Thank you so much, Daisy, for joining in on the dialogue. I appreciate you also, my love. The link is in the chat for anybody else that want to join me up here for this conversation. And the fact that you said, and the fact they have proof that a cheerleader emailed the principal complaining about the Metcalf boys because of their belief at the games and outings at restaurants for school events overlooked. Okay, I actually have that. Hold on, y'all. I actually got a couple receipts that um I took while, doing my little 1-2 on this situation. Hold on, let me get to the cheerleading part because I actually have that receipt. Let's see. 1 second, y'all. Let me find it. Uh At her. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So this is the email. I'm gonna read it to y'all. This is the email that one of the cheerleaders allegedly sent to the school, to the coaches and staff and stuff like that concerning the Metcalf twin Hunter. Okay. I don't know if she was just talking about Hunter or both of them, but it says concerns, coaches. The other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players, well, she says some of the football players, is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. Canes meaning Raising Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch. I don't I don't understand what triggers his rages, but to yell this unprovoked made us all really upset and incredibly embarrassing for my friend as everyone in Canes looked at her is cut off. Hold on, y'all. Part of it is cut off. So it says, for every my friend for my friend as everyone in Canes looked at her and started laughing. We see the Metcalfs acted out time and time again, but we trust that there is repercussions or some sort of consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys but also girls. She is not only embarrassed but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way he act on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public places, which is not good for our school's representation and is discouraging us to keep cheering them on. I'm sorry for having to even come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I will also appreciate for my names to stay confidential as I fear what they would do if they knew. Okay? So that's the email that one of the cheerleaders sent to the coaches and staff, y'all. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on, I got a few other things that I was clipping. Um, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Anyways, it's a few y'all. It's a few people that then came out and spoke on this situation as far as seeing that 11-minute video. And if you've seen those witnesses, then you know that um every one of their stories are in alignment. Some, clearly it's going to be a little different as far as giving the account because everybody's perception is different, right? But as far as the key details surrounding that video, everybody's stories are in alignment. I'm flabbergasted at everything that's coming out now as far as that particular night, things surrounding it, what happened, people speaking out, people being outraged. um it's so sad, y'all. This is a very, very unfortunate situation. It could be any one of our sons being railroaded. And like I said in the beginning of this live stream, it's not about protecting a unaliver. It's not about defending Schmurder. It was never about stripping accountability. It's about injustices surrounding this situation. It's about race surrounding this situation. When we literally quote and look at other similar situations, even some being in the same state, people of different races have received smaller sentences for similar crimes. Like that alone shows that this was an unfair trial, period. His attorney didn't do his job, plain and simple. He played in that family face. I agree. And when it comes down to that whole GoFundMe with the attorney, he had a whole defense team, y'all. Like most of that money, because I see people saying, where did the money go? Duh. Most of the money went to that defense team. It wasn't just one attorney, it was a whole team. And those lawyers are very, very pricey. When it's involving situations like this, these are six-figure lawyers. Okay? These ain't no little yeah. It ain't never that. And he never had a public defender. The man was a public defender in the beginning of his career, but then later he hasn't been a public defender for a very long time. Okay, so let's clear that up because a lot of people saying, why would they hire a public defender? No, a lot of attorneys start off as public defenders per choice, and then you got some that go straight into getting their own firm. Okay, but that he wasn't a public defender at the time of him representing Karmelo. But it was a whole defense team, y'all. Not just one attorney that has to be paid. Everybody gonna get a cut. Okay. So I personally think that when it comes to those funds, at least what they could, because one thing that I noticed, and the mom said this in a press conference, long before they even was able to access some of the funds, narratives were already being spun of what they were doing with the funds. They hadn't even been able to touch the funds yet. So that just shows how people will spin narratives a lot of times out of jealousy because they see a particular family getting a large sum of money. Like I said, if you ain't donated to it, shut up. Okay. Like when you give, first of all, when you give people, you're supposed to give with a pure heart. You're supposed to give without expecting something in return. So for people to have so many grievances about this situation, just because, and let me say this also, just because that defense team didn't do what they were supposed to, don't mean they didn't eat up that money. Okay? Because you got to pay them before they even get the job done. You got to pay them first prior to them working for you. That costs, y'all. And if you familiar, y'all literally seen Lupac Sherelle just made a video where they have to release the video. I'm gonna check it out. I didn't see it. I'm gonna check it out. Um y'all know within the saga with the LaTrue saga when we seen how Bree's attorney charged her for every single thing that she did, whether it was a phone call, whether it was typing up an email, every motion, every court appearance. That's how a lot of those attorneys operate, by the hour. Okay, by the hour, y'all. And like I said, this wasn't no little small defendant needed, I mean, a little legal situation. This was a unalive. This was ongoing for over what? This happened. When did it happen? 2025? I think April 2nd of 2025, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 2024, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Did the incident happen in 2025 in April, or was it 2024? But it just shows how long this situation been going, right? And a lot of things people need to understand as well is the legalities of the situation, discoveries, motions, all of that. It don't just happen that day in court. Those things go on throughout the longevity of the process. Motions are getting filed, petitions getting filed. All of these things happen once you retain that attorney. They start working. So I personally think that this trial was rigged, and this is my opinion. I think it was rigged from the very beginning. I think this baby didn't have a chance. Anytime you can go in a back room and it only take you 3 hours to decide my life's fate. Oh yeah, something in the milk ain't clean. They didn't get to sleep on it. Let me tell y'all this too though. From the Jedediah man. Okay, I'm gonna go on his page. April 2025. Thank you, Nazuri. Thank you, my love. I seen a video, y'all, where allegedly, let me see if I have it. I might not have it, but it was allegedly one of the jurors, right? Now, we know that the jury is 12 people, right? It was said that and we got to stop saying all white jury. Now, I know what people mean when they say that. No, it wasn't a black person on the jury at all. But it was, they had like maybe 9 whites and 8 or 9 whites and 4 other ethnicities. I'm not sure, but it wasn't a black person on the jury at all. Okay. But one of those women who were not white but of another ethnicity allegedly spoke out. Okay. And I'm saying allegedly because I don't know who was on the jury, but I know a lady spoke out and she was saying how she was crying and basically intimidated into giving a guilty verdict, right? Because when you go in the back, if you ever been on jury duty, right? When you go in the back, y'all basically gotta go over, the laws, the evidence, all of the things, right? And you gotta basically agree. And if one person don't agree, that's a hung jury. But the lady said that she was basically intimidated into a guilty verdict, right? She wanted second degree or manslaughter or something like that. I gotta try to find that video, y'all. I know I seen it, but I can't remember who showed it, who played it. Was it Willie D? Damn, I don't know if it was Willie. Let me see if I didn't take a screenshot. Hold on, let's see. But I know I seen it. But the lady was saying she was crying because she didn't believe that Karmelo was guilty of first degree murder. She didn't believe that. And I don't see how anyone can look at this situation with all of the details and all of the evidence and just say, "Oh, it's first degree." Like, I don't see that. I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe manslaughter or self defense, but people are also saying that the way the tension and the little whispers and stuff was in the courtroom, as far as the judge, the prosecutor, and all of that, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a, you know what, no pun intended. Okay. And people were saying how, I mean, if y'all follow Nick at Night, then y'all know, like, it was so uncomfortable for black people there. It was so uncomfortable. So imagine the tension surrounding people on the jury. When we say, it definitely wasn't Michelle. When we say, when we speak on the jury, right? Whether it was nine, 8 or 9 whites, and then four other ethnicities, we don't even know if they was pressured, right? Because it's a lot of white people and other ethnicities that support blacks and that don't believe in racism. And look at the people that's speaking out now against it. You got Texas Paul. He's now getting unaliving threats because of his opinion. All of these people of different ethnicities that's speaking out are literally receiving D threats and all of that, y'all. And it's so unfortunate, but every person of a different race is not racist. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. But like I said, we don't know if the people that was on the jury for this trial was intimidated or threatened into giving certain, what? Because like I said, the lady that spoke out, she literally said that she was manipulated into giving a guilty verdict. She was crying and everything. So I don't know how true that is. We're gonna say allegedly. I did hear a lady say it, so it ain't just word of mouth. I actually seen a lady on a video saying it. I just didn't know if she was an actual. She said she was, right, but we wasn't in court to know who the actual juries were, right, jurors. But we do know that um damn near after any court situation, the jurors do speak out. They are allowed to speak out. The gag order is lifted once court is over, once there is a conviction or whatever. The gag order is lifted. Hence, the dad is speaking out, right? The daddy spoke out because the gag order was lifted. And shout out to the daddy because he exposed himself, basically. When he spoke out, he exposed a lot as far as this situation is concerned. Saying you're not racist, but then spewing all kind of racist rhetoric, literally, it does not make sense, baby. It goes against the grain, okay? Let me see, y'all. Hold on. Oh, and another thing too. Let's talk about the whole whether it was a knife situation, right? Now, one thing that I've seen as far as now, I ain't, I don't know all of Texas laws and everything concerning Texas or whatever. But one thing that I have been seeing is the conversation surrounding whether it was a knife or a utility tool, whether it was a Boy Scout tool. I've seen people saying that. I've seen people saying a cleat tightener. But from my understanding, it was like a utility. Let me show y'all. I actually have a picture of it. Hold on. I gotta send it to my email so y'all can see it. 1 second. Damn, where is it? Wait. Oop, I passed it up. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay. All right. See. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm waiting for it to send. All right. I'm waiting for it to send to my email so I can show y'all what it looked like. Discussing it hurts me. Me too, but it needs advocacy. It needs awareness. Like I'm so glad because y'all. One thing I noticed about social, not even just social media, but about this generation is when you make noise, you get results. When you make noise, that noise puts focus on what you talking about. When a lot of people come together for one specific situation, it brings eyes on said situation, right? So the fact that a lot of people making noise with this situation is gonna be the reason why results are, this baby gets results. If nobody talking about it, if nobody's advocating for it or anything like that, it gets swept under the rug. But the more and more things are coming out, the more and more people of a lot of power and higher places are speaking out. I even seen somebody do a video saying that even Elon Musk made a statement saying show the video. I'm like, damn. So yeah, it's reaching places, y'all. It's reaching people. More and more people are advocating and speaking out, and which is a good thing. Let me show y'all this so we can talk about this a little bit. I need to pee. Oh, I gotta pee, y'all. Um, let's open this up. Take my boy down for a second. So y'all, that's Thule. All right. Okay. I wish I could make it bigger, but I think that's the big. Let's see. I think that's the biggest. So this right, hey Caramel, hey TLC Text Bro. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. I have not been ignoring anybody. I see y'all and I appreciate y'all for the support. Please make sure y'all hitting that like button for your girl. I ask that if you can, please support my little goal, y'all. Yeah, it ain't much. Y'all know I don't ask for much, but if you can support the goal for this live stream, if you are enjoying this live stream, if you want to tip your girl, y'all know my cash app $ Lupac 2, but I did set a little goal for this live. If anybody wants to support it, you can. I will definitely keep speaking on this situation because I feel like eyes and advocacy is needed in this situation, period. Like it could be one of my sons. My baby just graduated high school and college at the same time. And it could be him in the wrong situation at the wrong time. And like it's sad. It makes you hug your babies a little tighter because you never know decisions like this could be, and even at not at your own fault. I can bet money Karmelo didn't ask to be put into that situation. You got people saying, "Oh, well, he shouldn't have been there. He should have left." Was it a whites only tent? What in their minds made them say, "Oh, we see him. He's under the tent. It's raining. Let's put him out. Let's force him out." Like, what happened to? Okay, we'll go get the coach. Why everybody's saying Karmelo should have just left? Why the twins couldn't go get the coach or turn the other cheek and say, "Well, it is raining, bro. Let him stay." Like it's a lot of things that could have happened in that moment for the unaliving to not take place. So let's not just pinpoint, and that's why I don't cover a lot of these type of situations because because of emotions, people tend to strip accountability from the deceased, and that's not cool. That's not cool because self defense exists for a reason. It exists for a reason. Okay. So hold on, y'all. This right here is allegedly the tool because it's not considered a weapon according to Texas law guidelines or what have you. It's a tool, a utility tool. Okay. This is what they're stating that was used in the situation. And from my understanding, is 3 inches or less. The blade, which also strips it from being considered a actual weapon because of the size of it. You even have people, thank you that one. Thank you for supporting this live stream, my love. You say justice for Carmelo Anthony. We want a fair trial, period. And I agree. I stand in such and agree. Um a lot of people are stating that, and I've seen this, I don't know about y'all, that, due to the size of it, and because if you look at the scenario as a whole and like draw a picture in your mind, Carmelo was said to be seated the entire time of the encounter. He was sitting down, y'all. They said he didn't move until, you know, the stabbing happened and he ran. That's when he actually got on his feet and ran. But they said he was seated the entire time. So that and the way it was told in court is making people draw the conclusion that Austin may have fell onto the utility tool, the knife portion of the utility tool, because of how deep it went into him, right? They're saying that that type of pressure only happens if you're putting your weight onto somebody. So they basically saying that it wasn't a stick and move type of situation. People are saying that the way it, with the autopsy and the way it was described, how deep it was in, and the whole situation surrounding the wound, they're saying that it had to have been from some sort of pressure, right? Meaning his body weight, his body pressure, or it is the way the way it went into him, like it was kind of like slanted or whatever. They're saying that that typically happens from, pressure. A person fall is indicative of a person falling on top of someone or something like that, right? But this is what they are alleging was used. So, and I do feel like it makes a difference when you narrow down and you actually name something for what it actually is. This is not a typical knife. You got to think about people's mindsets and how they perceive things. When you say knife, what you think of? You think of a knife. You think of a long ass blade. Even a kitchen knife is bigger than this. That's what my mind goes to when somebody say knife, right? You actually think of a weapon. But if this is what was actually used, and this is why it's important for the transparency in this case, which is what they are hiding. They're hiding the evidence. They hiding the videos, the everything, child. The transcripts. I don't even know if people can access the court transcripts at this point. Why though? Why? They scared people gonna see that it wasn't what they said it was. That's the only conclusion that can be drawn when there's no transparency. Because because of taxpayers' dollars that's paying for these judges and prosecutors and all these government jobs being funded off of taxpayers' dollars. It's our right to be able to see these type of things. Make it make sense. So, like I said, when you consider what was actually used opposed to the description of what they're giving, with them just saying a knife, it makes a difference, y'all. It makes a difference because when somebody says knife, this ain't gonna come to my mind, which is hence why it's two different titles: knife, utility tool. If somebody say knife, I'm not gonna think about this. You can't even I wouldn't even say this is a weapon, which according to some people, this wouldn't be considered a weapon in Texas because of the size of the blade, right? I think they said under 3 inches or something like that, y'all. They said he had rugs in his system, allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly because I didn't see nothing stating that. Okay, I did hear that, but I haven't seen anything in real time stating that he did have that. I don't even think that came out in court because they said that the defense didn't even push for a second autopsy or something like that. So they really don't know. They really don't know. It's a lot that they dropped the ball on in this situation. It's a whole lot. that the ball was dropped on. And it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because now that baby is paying the price. He paying the price, you know. I think they wanted him to be made an example out of. Um, they wanted to set black folk down, and they used Karmelo as an example, you know, of what happens when you, yeah, when you play with that kind. And it just so happened that people ain't just sitting down. They not just laying down. People are coming together. They speaking up. They advocating. They standing their ground. They not playing. They not playing, and it's time. And this is why it's so disheartening and unfortunate for some of our kind to be standing against us in this situation. Like I said, it's nothing wrong with, you know, everybody is entitled to have their own mind frame when it comes to any and everything, right? But when you look at this situation as a whole and you see your own people that's against Carmelo and saying, "Oh, he deserved this," and da da da, it's like, damn, do you even know what's going on? Or are you even paying attention? Are you just trying to get a little clout just to speak up against this baby? Or you trying to get some brownie points with, you know, the other people? Like, I'm confused because, like I said in the beginning, it was never about stripping accountability. Nobody's saying unless with the fair trial, it's proven that it was indeed self-defense. And I could say that based on the evidence that I've seen, it gives self-defense in my opinion, right? But I'm not a juror. But for people to just be flushing that baby down the toilet, like, oh, I even had somebody, y'all. Thank you, Miss Hill. I even had somebody that came in my comments, one of us, that said we as black folks need to start taking accountability, and this is the reason why the other races don't take us serious, blase blase. Y'all, I was like, I know this person cannot be serious. Like, this when have y'all ever seen them take accountability? That's I was so embarrassed, not for myself, but at the person who made that comment. That was so embarrassing because it's like, when have you seen any of them take accountability for the things that they do to us? And it's not even about accountability. It's about injustice. It's about that baby not having a fair trial. The key to seeing that something is going to be fair is transparency. Had they started this situation off being transparent from the very beginning of this situation, we would not be here. But because so many things were hidden, made a secret, that's why we're here. That's why we're here, because it was like boom, boom, bam, trial over, 35 years, he gone. Don't know what happened, how it happened, when it happened. They barely had, I don't even think they had any black media in the courtroom. From my understanding, people were handpicked allegedly to be in the courtroom. They had maybe 25 seats for open to the public, and that had to be shared with the public, the bloggers, you know, new what is it called? What they call us now, y'all? New stream media or whatever. That had to be, those 25 seats or a little more had to be shared with the general public, which is crazy. And what makes it even worse, y'all, it's so calculated, it's a shame. What makes it even worse is the way they had that chat set up throughout that trial. Now, if you got limited seats, y'all peep the plate, right? Like I said media, when it came to mainstream media, they were handpicked allegedly, right? Certain people, if you notice, mainstream media is only pushing the narrative of the courts. They ain't questioning any of the things that's being questioned by new media, by bloggers, journalists. They ain't questioning none of that. They are only pushing what was said by the court. Hence, them being handpicked to be in there. So that means they didn't have to fight for seats like new media or the bloggers, the content creators, the public, the advocates. They didn't have to fight for seats. So when you got a situation where the seating is very, very, very limited, right? And you are not gonna get in there every single day. If y'all notice, Nika Knight wasn't able to get in there every day. She wasn't able to get in there every day. A lot of other people, if you notice the people that's speaking out that was in court, oh, I was only there Friday, or I was only there Monday, or I was only there Tuesday, or I went Monday, Wednesday, Friday because I couldn't get in on Tuesday and Thursday. Y'all, that was done like that for a specific reason. It's to cause confusion and controversy. Cause confusion and controversy instead of they gave tickets for that didn't make it fair. Oh, you be here at a certain time to get a spot. Because even doing it that way, you had people that had favor that was connected that was still able to cut the line, get in earlier, whatever, right? But it caused confusion because if you're not seeing something in full, when you miss something, you know how if you watching a movie, somebody that's watching a movie with you that might have seen it already, they might say, pay close attention to this part, because if you don't, you're gonna be confused at the whole movie, right? Or you gotta really pay attention. You gotta block out all noise. Or if y'all notice when I'm showing y'all something, I say y'all listen real, real good right here. Because if y'all don't hear it, y'all gonna miss it, the importance of it, right? Same thing, y'all. This is the exact same scenario, just a little different, right? But a court setting. It was done like that for a reason, because if you in court only certain days and you don't see everything in a whole, then guess what? You can't put all the pieces together to see if it's if it's wrong or it's some injustice or anything like that. You can't see the wrong in it because you didn't see it as a whole. So it'll leave you confused, which was the goal. That was the goal, y'all. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Thank you for the support, my love. I appreciate you. That was the goal. The confusion was the goal because listening to the people that was in there try to explain what happened, they couldn't answer certain questions about other days because they weren't there. So they could only speak to those little parts that they seen, which is not building a complete story so people can see what actually happened in real time. And it's sad and unfortunate. It's sad and unfortunate because it's all of this controversy, all of this outrage, all of this confusion. People don't know, but that was the ultimate goal. That was the ultimate goal. We're gonna put who we want in here so that they can spin a certain narrative. Not one new media channel, not one mainstream media channel has said anything about the controversy, the long video that's being talked about, the all white jury. No, when I see their channels, it's I can't believe people are siding with this Killer. I can't believe people are siding. They've been letting Jasmine Crockett have it, baby. And you know why? Because Jasmine is she's an important person in the political scene, right? She has a lot of weight. She holds a lot of weight. She got large size platforms. So let's run down on her. Let's paint a narrative to make her seem like a terrible person for siding with who she presumes to be innocent or, presumes to have committed self-defense, right? Let's run down on her to make her look bad because of the weight she holds and the large size platforms that she influences. So that's been their goal. That's part of their goal also. Let's paint a narrative about the ones who hold the most weight. Let's make them look bad. Like, oh, what type of person sides with someone who unalives someone in cold blood? Like, child, that's why I said, if you don't know what's really going on, if you ain't did a deep dive, if you haven't seen all the videos, if you going strictly off of what what happened in court, what they want you to see, spare us your opinion, baby. Okay? If you ain't really paying attention, spare us. Go do your research. because I really believe, y'all, that when this is all said and done, it's gonna be a lot of black folk that's gonna be looking like boo boo the damn fool for siding with the court in this situation, knowing damn well it's a lot. Like it's a lot coming out. I wouldn't want to be, and that's why I said stay over there. I would not want to be on that side of the fence when the ish hits the fan in this situation, or when all of this corruption unravels. I would not want to be on that side. If you ain't gonna side with with your people, the least you can do is shut the hell up. Okay? If you ain't gonna side with your people and you don't know all the details, the least you can do is hush. Talk about something else. Because that's one thing they ain't gonna do. They not going against their people for us. Okay? They not doing that, baby. But anyways, y'all, everybody that's a celebrity that put their opinion in got bad. Exactly. They getting bashed. Like they letting them have it because they want to paint them as bad people for siding with this situation. And like I said, a lot of people don't know that a lot of evidence and things have been hidden in this trial. A lot of things been suppressed and kept from the public. So everybody not gonna know everything. That's why I said I give some grace because most people, if you the type of person that stands for the justice system and believes in the justice system doing its job 100% completely right, then you gonna have a certain type of opinion, because you believe in the justice system. But that's why I say I believe in it to a certain extent. But when I see signs of injustices, I'm gonna call it out. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna call it out. I'm not just gonna sit back and be like, oh, the justice system, they got it right. Da, da, da. No, they have been getting it wrong for a very long time now. Intentionally getting it wrong. It ain't just a mistake. It's not just a mistake. Like they said, there's a black law and there's a white law. And most people move accordingly to whichever one is being looked down upon at that time, whichever one is being viewed at that time. That's how certain lawyers move, prosecutors, whatever. That's how they move in that instance because, you never know the influence, quote unquote, the manipulation, the blackmailing, the threatening, or any of that that's going on behind the scenes for these people to move accordingly or move a certain way. We don't know that. But anyways, y'all, I'm finna end it here. We've been on here a little over 2 hours. I will have a members live later on, y'all. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I will be doing a little members for my members for the green teams to talk about a couple things. I will be back live again with a public live about this situation tomorrow to talk even further, to have people join in on the dialogue. We're gonna keep it pushing, we're gonna keep advocating, we're gonna keep making noise because the only way to get results is when you make noise. When a lot touch and agree and push that noise, that's when you get results. When you don't make no noise, it gets swept under the rug and nothing gets done. Okay? So yeah. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting in this live stream. Thank y'all for hitting the like. Thank y'all for participating in the chat. If you supported the goal, thank you. If you cashed up, thank you. All of the support is overwhelming. Members, I'll see you guys a little later. To all the rest of my supporters, I will see you tomorrow with another one on this topic. I love y'all. Stay safe in these streets because these streets ain't safe. Baby, the undercovers have dropped the mask. Bye, y'all.
Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Yeah. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Receive so strong, but the lies won't let. Loop up, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Loop up, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Loop up, baby. Who got the truth? Loop up. Who bring the proof? Loop up. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got need? She OB. Loop up, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. L Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Loop Park, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Loop Park, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Loop Park, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Loop Park, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Loop Park, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Loop Park, baby. Shut it down.